Alright my friend, welcome to another session on Ben's English Lab. This video is for people who have problems using the word used. U-S-E-D, used, the past tense of the word use. Now, there are different ways and different contexts in which we can use the word U-S-E-D, used. But this video is particular about people who often grammatically use this word to mean actions that they do always or things that they engage in all the time. Say for example, people who say, I used to go to church, or I used to cook in the morning before going to school. And now, mind you, these expressions are meant to explain or describe actions that they do all the time, actions that they still do, but all the time. Now, if you fall in the pack of people who make such expressions as that, hey, this video is for you. That is wrong. It is wrong to say, I used to go, because there is nothing like I used to go for actions that you still do all of the times, or that you still always do. Now, in the right grammatical context, the right way to use the expression, I used to, is to mean that you always did something in the past that you never do again. I don't know if you got that. Now, if I say, for example, I used to be a thief. I used to go to the church. I used to obey my parents. What that means is, if you say, I used to be a thief, it means before, I always stole things from people. That was in the past. It was an action I usually did in the past. But now, I'm no longer a thief. So if you say, I used to go to the church, it means at some point in the past, you always went to the church, but today, maybe you're an atheist, you don't go to the church anymore. Now, if you say, I used to cook, what that means is you no longer cook. I used to bathe in the morning before going to school. What that means is right now, you don't bathe before going to school. So I hope you understand now the right way to use the word I used to. As a matter of fact, you can always avoid the use of the expression I used to, except if you're not familiar with the right way and the proper way to use the word and the expression correctly, or the right way to use the expression. So remember that the expression I used to is used or is meant to describe actions that you normally did in the past, years back, but which you no longer engage or indulge in today. So I used to talk means I no longer talk anymore, but before, maybe some 10-20 years ago, it was an action I always did. I usually talked, but right now, maybe I'm deaf or deaf and dumb. Do you understand what that means? So don't you use the expression I used to for actions or situations that are still happening always, in fact, into the future. I hope that is clear. Now, if you learned something in this video, if you have, please click on the subscribe button if you haven't at all. And remember, English language is a language of relevance. So if you can make up-to-date simple English expressions, you will have problem being relevant amongst people, because people won't want to listen to you because you're not speaking the right way. Remember to subscribe to this channel. This series is titled Ben's English Lab. Thank you for listening and watching to the very end. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.